What is going on, guys? Welcome everyone back to another video. Hopefully you're all enjoying your day. As you can see by the title, today what we're going to be looking at is why a lot of people probably aren't playing as much Call of Duty World War II as there is to be expected, and also why you see a lot of big YouTubers like LEA not even posting any more Call of Duty videos. I myself haven't posted that many, but overall we're going to be looking at what people think. So starting off, as you can see with these comments I see on the screen, these are just some random comments that I get on some of my videos. Some people are saying that the game is boring. Some people are saying that the game's not fun anymore. And as you can see by the pictures, it's more or less a summary of the whole video. I'm going to be going through what I found on Reddit, what I've found in the comment section, and, you know, maybe an answer as to why there are not that many people playing this game. I just want to go ahead and say I'm not hating on this game in any way. I really like the game. I just don't think it's a fully finished, polished game as I thought I would expect it to be. And also, there's still quite a bit of people playing this game, not that much on the PC anymore. I think most of the people in the PC community are like quit. I don't think there's that many in there. I think they're all playing like PUBG or something along those lines. And on the console, I don't think there was as many people playing this game as there was back in Black Ops 3. I think Black Ops 3 might have a quarter or half the number of daily players playing Call of Duty World War II, which is crazy because Black Ops 3, you know, is such an awesome game, and it came out like 2 years ago or something. So it's a pretty big time span. So just want to point that out quickly. And starting off, the main thing I see from people with this game is that they just generally just find it boring. So as you can see, there was a subreddit post here. Basically, someone went ahead and said, this game is boring. Anyone else feel the same? And guess what? There were a lot of positive comments about this where people also thought the game was boring. We had one comment where one person said, 9 maps really doesn't help for me. I've already gone back to Black Ops 3. BOTG means nothing when it's done by the worst COD developers. So obviously he doesn't like this game, and he feels that 9 maps aren't really that much. I also see this comment a lot of people say that there's not enough map variety and the maps are horrible. To be honest, there really isn't a lot of maps. I mean, when Black Ops 3 came out, or when any of the older Call of Duties came out, there were more maps than there is in Call of Duty World War II. And I can understand why. Obviously, when you look at the war game mode and different game modes, there's kind of bigger scaled maps. So I understand why there isn't as many maps, but I don't feel like the maps are good. Even though there's only 9 maps, I don't feel like they're that good in my honest opinion. And if we head over to the next thing a lot of people talk about, it's the variety with weapons. So we don't really have that many maps to start off with. And secondly, we don't have that many assault rifles or much gun variation as we did with Black Ops 3. Black Ops 3, you know, there were different weapons to use. Not one weapon was overpowered than the other, but when you play COD World War II, you see people running around PPSHs, you know, with overpowered SMGs, and a lot of people just find the game to not have that much variety in terms of weapons. You know, there's only like 2 good assault rifles, and the rest are pretty much semi-automatic, which you don't want to use. But in saying that, once again, it's a COD World War II game that's set in World War II, so obviously having a ton of weapons would probably be hard for them to create. And at the end of the day, if they did create new assault rifles, it'd probably be similar to the ones that are pretty good. And the next thing we're going to be looking at is, you know, although people do find it boring, another reason for this, which I see all the time, is Fortnite, PUBG. You know, these are new battle royale games. People will end up getting bored with the same Call of Duty game every year. It's totally fine. It's understandable. A lot of this happened not when Black Ops 3 came out, but when Modern Warfare Remastered came out, a lot of people just went back to Black Ops 3. They could not be bothered playing, you know, the Infinite Warfare. I could not be bothered playing that. I really disliked that game. I just didn't like how it worked. I myself went back to Black Ops 3 because I just didn't like it. And it's the same thing. People just don't like playing the same old Call of Duty over again, where Fortnite has come out, right? This game is brand new. It's free as well. It's free. So a lot of people are getting into it. And that's another reason why there's not that many people playing it. And obviously, if you have a look at LEA, boom, out of Call of Duty, straight into Fortnite. He'll obviously do more Call of Duty videos in the future, but for now, I don't think he can be bothered because, to be honest, he's been making Call of Duty videos like me for quite some time, and after a while, it does get a bit boring. So switching over to something new, something fun, something fresh, something that people enjoy is always a great thing. And I myself have never played Fortnite. I've played PUBG, so I probably do have to give it a go on this channel if you guys are interested. And the next thing we're going to be looking at is, although some people find that there's no variety with the weapons, with the maps, a lot of people don't like the camos. Obviously with Black Ops 3, there were a ton of good camos to grind for. Dark Matter was amazing. Totally loved what they did with that camo. Pretty awesome. We didn't really see anything like that throughout the other Call of Duties. This game, the camos, to be honest, are kind of bad, but I mean, what do you really expect? It's a World War II game. You're not meant to have any of these flashy camos. I'm kind of surprised they even put the camos in this game in the first place, because I thought they were going to make it realistic. So I can't really comment on that too much. I guess you should be lucky that there are even camos on there, because I didn't even think they'd put it in there. And the next thing someone commented on, what for a reason as to why this game is boring, is that the maps are slow, campy, they play similar with the 3 lanes, flanking is impossible, there's no good calling cards, the cameras aren't impressive, and all he plays is War because it's chaotic and interesting. And the thing I've got to say about this is, yes, I love War. War's a great game mode to play. I just like it. I reckon they did a good job, but apart from that, everything else really isn't too interesting. And after a while, I guess you could say it does get a bit boring, in my opinion. And this is what a lot of people think. Moving over to the next section is camping and shotguns. A lot of people get annoyed with the camping and the shotguns in this game because the maps are quite small. The only real way to survive is to camp and wait for people. You know, it's been around for Call of Duty many of years. If you look at Black Ops 3, that game was really fast paced because there were rocket jumps and ways to outplay people. I guess that's why there wasn't too many camping. Obviously it did occur, but this game's different. We don't have any boost jumps or ways to outplay people. The footsteps, in my opinion, are quite loud. And the maps are very small, so really the only way to survive is to just camp or just play it safe, which I understand why people are doing, which makes it to my next point. People are getting mad and don't want to play this game because of the shotgun. So this guy commented and said, the amount of camping and sniping and shotgunning in the game is just ruining the F-word game, which is somewhat understandable, but once again, this has been going around for like every year. In each Call of Duty, there's always people sniping, there's always people shotgunning, but in this Call of Duty, it's actually quite rampant how massive it is. But as I said, it's because the maps are small, it's because it's really hard to survive in this game, and it's the only thing you can really do to survive, so you can't really complain about it. It's just the way the maps are designed, the way that there is the weapons, the way that this Killstreaks are designed, it all comes together and it creates this problem, which I understand why a lot of people say it ruins the game. Shotguns, in my opinion, are quite annoying, but you can't do anything about it because it's part of the game. Use an assault rifle, don't go up close, that's really the only way. For every weapon there is, you can obviously counter it, but shotguns, they're just annoying in general. The next thing I want to look at is people say that they don't want to play this game because of the kill streaks, because they're boring as well. So someone commented on a Reddit post and said, I want my 140 kills to 5 deaths game from Modern Warfare 2 back. Predator, Harrier, Chopper, good old times. Modern Warfare 2 is my favorite game. If we could get all the kill streaks back, I'd be so happy. I think a remastered Modern Warfare 2 will come eventually someday because everyone's just getting bored of the same old Call of Duty, and I think a remaster would be perfect. But basically, yeah, kill streaks in this game, definitely not the best. I'm guessing they're trying to make it a little bit better than Black Ops 3, but they kind of failed because Black Ops 3 kill streaks, in my opinion, weren't bad. They were quite good, but they weren't as the level of Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2 level where you could literally get 40 kills in 1 second. So it's kind of understandable that the kill streaks aren't there, but they're not so explosive or annoying in such a way, because if you obviously get a kill streak worth 9 kills, that's a helicopter or something, you can pretty much kill the whole team. And I'm guessing that's why they ramped it down a little bit, because I don't want people dying over and over again, which is kind of understandable. But I do understand, you know, it's a World War II game. Give us something better, give us something more juicy, give us something to work for. So adding more kill streaks probably won't make people come back to the game, but it's just a nice little addition that people could probably grind for in the match. And the next thing a lot of people talk about is SBMM, or skill-based matchmaking. This was in Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. It's very prevalent, very annoying. I hated it. A lot of people don't like skill-based matchmaking at all because, you know, you're not versing, I guess you could say, worse people, and you're not going to have a good score. You're going to be versing people with your play level, which I guess is fair enough. But the only problem with skill-based matchmaking for me is that sometimes the connection is so trash that you can't do anything. You have to be connected to the worst people all the time, because what happens is when you have to verse someone your rank, usually the connection is poor for some reason because they can't find someone in your area with the same rank or the same KD ratio, whatever. So I guess that is a little bit of a problem. And people, at the end of the day, just want to kill people and get on a high kill streak. And if they're constantly versing better people or people in their range and they just keep dying or just going positive, the game's going to get boring. No one's going to like it. The last thing I want to take a look at is some people say that the game has no color and it's just depressing overall. And I've got to say this, Black Ops 3 was colorful, you know, it was a good game, it looked great, but this game has a depressing, I guess you could say, shady color tone, because it's set in World War II. Everything, you know, was kind of like that color, and is trying to convey, you know, that set and time where it was gloomy, where it was dark. It's a Call of Duty World War II game. You kind of have to expect it. So there's really no problems with me for there. Overall, don't think that I'm hating or bashing on the game. I like it. I genuinely liked it when it came out. I just really haven't been playing it too much because, I don't know, myself, I'm just finding it a little bit boring, a bit repetitive from the same Call of Duty. And could they really do anything to switch it up? I really don't know. Time will probably tell. Maybe if they just remastered Modern Warfare 2 or something, I would just be happy. But overall, I do like the game. I just don't think it's polished in such a way Black Ops 3 was, where there was a ton of variety of weapons. The maps, in my opinion, were very replayable. I could play Black Ops 3 right now and you won't hear me groan. If you make me play Infinite Warfare or Call of Duty World War 2 right now, I'll probably be like, not today. But Black Ops 3, I don't know, there's something about that game that just makes you want to replay it over and over again. The same with the older Call of Duties. But nonetheless, this is opinions of not what I think, but what other people think as well. In the subreddits I've shown. So if you guys do enjoy the video, let me know in the comment section if you still play this game, if you still like this game, or what other changes Sledgehammer Games can make to make this game even better. But apart from that, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Hopefully you did enjoy. Drop it a thumbs up, and I will catch you all later. Globe out.